Hey Virgo. Don't mind my cat. He's meows. It's cute. At the door. He's an indoor cat. I don't know. You know? Oh, sweetie. Um, kitty. If you have a cat. There's something, maybe your inner voice, something that wants to come out. You can think of the cat behind the door, the hangman, the Queen of Wands is outside. It could be that you're becoming aware of something, becoming conscious of something. Something's coming to you head on, and you see it almost through a reflection of an interaction you've had or an actual interaction that you're watching between different people, perhaps. Or even a Gemini or a Virgo is bringing it to light for you during this Leo season. And Leo season happens to be like the communicator. For some of you, it is actually that, and it's this download or thought or realization, epiphany, inspiration that you have, and all of a sudden it changes the way you see yourself. You all of a sudden, any place that you may have seen yourself as less than or lower, you actually see yourself as youthful, childlike maybe. You also become very clear. This authenticity becomes very clear, and you're driven by something so internal, maybe by the stars, the movement of the stars, something so within your water, so within the change that you're making, because the change that's coming through you is something that has been subconscious to you and has been slowly making its way up to the surface. And you, by doing that, regardless of any external communication or internal struggles, you find that this has only been watering what now becomes more, not only just like money in your pocket, time, more energy. This change has been needed to be made, and it's possible that if there's a Cancer or an Aquarius in your life, it could be the interaction between those two specifically, but it's also this obvious notion of needing to free yourself from any desire that comes from, but I don't have this yet, or I don't have that yet, or any doubt or any attachment to that, any physical thing this month that comes up, like I don't have that, or I want that, or it's love that you don't have, or a specific person that you don't have, or somehow you've allowed them to have power over you. The change in the heart, Leo season rules the heart, and it has your back because sun rules the back. Hey, I just made that up. It's very obvious if someone has let you down, that expectations were not met. Healthy expectations, there's nothing wrong with that. But it seems like maybe it's something with you, that quintessential Virgo, you having their back constantly, you being there when they need you. You realize that the reciprocity is very uneven. There's a lot of cards here, okay? So what's wrapping up is this cycle, maybe even with Pluto, this change that you maybe, these ideals you put energy or time into have now, it's been clear that maybe 4 of them were just not realistic, not really there, or needed some type of change, that too much was weighing on your mind. You may have to grieve and let go and realize that this shift, this change in dynamic in your life, this structure in your life is for you to understand that it's not, this doesn't just happen to you all the time. And if it feels like it does, I'm sorry, and you should acknowledge that side of things for sure. But this is also being accountable to what's possible for you. Life has a different plan. You learned what you needed to learn here, and it's time to move on. It doesn't care how much you hurt. The pain is a source of a voice, a source of channeling for life that's moving through your body, change that's happening from within you. And it's possible that you have been maybe speaking or coming from a place that has been hurtful, and that's the only place you knew, right? Just for example. And you're now finding this confidence, this courage, this independence, this something that was once a struggle is no longer. You know, it could be that a Capricorn had to make you see and understand that whether it was a negative or positive experience, that this isn't the way. That even they need to be told something sometimes, even if it's by the younger of the earth signs. You know, you may need to, or maybe it's the fatherly, the mother and the father dynamic, the parenting within you that you need to take a look at and restructure, because some things may be overpowering your ability to move forward in a way that's actually productive, and it's like life has kind of been waiting for you to. And you find this, maybe map this vulnerability to the insight of your own insights, actually, and into your own mind. And the more that you communicate with this place and you give more energy to this place, the more it allows you to heal, more that it heals what has physically gone. Sometimes that is the fruit that no one else can give you. You know, it's a plan that you create with yourself. It's your life plan that you create before anyone else comes along, before you consider anyone else. And if you are considering anyone else at this time, make sure it's only coming from a very natural place, not a place where you need validation or you need security or you need this person to remain a part of your life in order for you to carry out this plan. That is not it. Leo season's making it very clear that independence in this card, I just knocked it out of the deck, is that the boundaries, the cultivation, that fire that you've been building, now to round it all the way out, has to come from the deep boundaries. In order for them to work, you could put them in place, right? But in order for them to really work and follow through, this is what people don't realize, is they have to be really serious about them. Serious enough to, even if you laugh at them, even if outwardly, whatever, internally, you need to be so serious that no matter what comes up against that, you will hold to it. That's even with yourself, your internal. It needs boundaries. I know it's such a buzzword, but it needs to be tamed in a sense of self-control. You expect that from others to an extent, and you need to give it to yourself now. It's due to this strengthening of courage in the heart, this courage to be vulnerable yet again. Even though it's what is helping you break free, it's helping you shift the dynamic, this reparenting dynamic, and have you easily have the energy to move on from whatever you kept yourself from having or experiencing. You know, some people will come up against you and maybe even try to push, but just before you react, take a moment to realize where maybe you've done that, and if you have not, or if you haven't done it, or whatever, it's something you've been working on, becoming aware of, or this is not how you operate. It doesn't matter. I'm bringing it up to say that if you have or have not, notice that, and notice that maybe it's just life testing what you're willing to put up with in your life. And that comes back to this Leo season dynamic. You know, people are already showing you how they want to be with you, and you can do the Virgo thing and be a little bit more passive, but will that only make you more aggressive in the future? A delayed passive aggression. You know, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to anyone else. If you're gonna teach people to love you, allow yourself the compassion and courage and the forgiveness to say it wrong, but say it before, say it when you know you should, quote unquote. Say it when you could. You have the chance. Because certain things or people might come rushing back into your life too. This is the Venus retrograde in Leo and the new moon in Leo on the 16th. And there's just a lot of things that are people that even want to make a scene. Could even be a figure that you are shocked by them making a scene, because even they can't get you to do what they want you to do for them, and you're just like, but I offered you this much of this, or this much of me, or whatever it is. But this understanding that you're in a space where it doesn't matter how much fire is added to your fire, it just dissipates. You're independent of anyone else's pull over your thoughts or feelings, especially right now. But you're also learning that not everyone can hear you. It's almost like there's a block over certain people's ears and they just can't hear you. They might be in their head going through whatever they're going through. Not that it makes it right, but just understanding that that could be a part of where this energy is coming from this month, and it's just meeting you head on. The node shifted. North node is now in Aries, and if there's an Aries figure in your life, they weirdly come at you from the side or act bashful and aren't, which is odd. What you take from this is that the only thing that can help you or set you free in any moment is 7 to 7 is being productive with what you've learned, putting it into yourself and your life and what you want, speaking on that, offering that, speaking on that, celebrating your wins. Even the small ones right now are going to help. Why I don't say that just to be like, celebrate your small wins. No, it's helping you rewire your brain. And if you're into like neuroscience, looking into neuroplasticity and what you're able to do with that right now would be amazing for you, especially as Mercury goes into your sign, because magic can be made through the friction that you could possibly feel or notice or become overly aware of. And there will be a lot of people who even who see how you're doing, who see you going after stuff, who see you coming back from something, people who thought you have lost and you have not, and they want to, perhaps maybe you decide to play the field a little, that maybe you're not interested in a relationship, or you allow different people to come to you, speak your way, and you notice that some people just want a piece of what's happening with you. And it's really important that you not allow the attachment. If you allow these people to come into your life and enjoy this time with you, especially as we come closer to your season and it becomes very apparent that you need to give yourself some time out, some time off to do whatever it is that you want to do, because a Virgo can really kick it and you just really want to, as if you have no responsibilities, but you keep these people coming up to you, remind you of responsibilities, whether or not they know you or know of you or know whatever it is that you're up to right now. They just see you glowing, and if you accept that offer, just allow yourself maybe to remain unattached to whatever they're offering and still have your own party, because that's what Leo season's about. And that's where you're going to get your justice. That's where you're going to get what you need from this. And going to bring balance or equanimity, harmony into your life this month, because all these people are going to want your attention. But why, Virgo? Why now? Just ask yourself that question, because this is happening. And Libra season's like, I have a lot. There's more. There's more to come. There's more to go. There's more to serve. Just know that this isn't the end of it. And maybe, just maybe, this one of these is a Libra and you do well together. There's something there. I'm curious. Oh, they might need things to walk away from. Notice if it's just not it. If they're giving you red flags off the bat, trust it and keep it moving. Or they may make you realize that you still have some things to move on from. So that could either go really good or really weirdly for you. Either way, you have confidence in knowing that you have the power to reclaim what it is that you want. But this can also actually move very quickly and confidently into marriage, into the long term, into the long haul, into this abundant nature. And this person, very Venusian, Libra or Taurus, gives you all of the security to continue to think that way, but you trust it. There's just something about sweeping, like not even just sweeping you away. It's also very grounded, but love and romance and confronting whatever is stopping you from receiving all that all comes before this. I know. We can keep going, but let's leave some mystery, and I'll see you next month.